Hello, this is old Mr. Kent, and sorry about the music, we'll talk about that later, but the reason for this flight is I think I know where there's some construction going on, and I wanted to go take a look at it. So it's just a short distance from where we live. There's the route I take as I actually head west, and I've taken that route before. In fact, if I can find the video, I'll put a link to it. But I have to get over to that road right there, which is the most dangerous, cross it, and then ride on down this road further west. And it's all dirt road pretty soon. And then the construction is off to our left as I come around the corner here. So I was looking forward. I was hoping there was some construction going on because it seems to be dying everywhere else. And so... Now, that kind of looked like I took the bike off. Did you notice that? I should replay that. Anyway, no, this is the drone flying. And so I had to get it up enough not to bother the horses and stuff in those barns. And excuse me. But anyway, so this is kind of a strange layout. I've never seen one as complicated as what we're flying over here. Well, we'll see. I'll show you as we go along. Anyway, they have a whole lot of high edges on things that maybe because I'm closer to the ground, I think I'm only about 100 feet above the ground. But anyway, they seem to be more pronounced than in other construction sites. And then they do their when they dig the hole, like we're just flying over the top of one. If you look down, you can see it was kind of a triangular shape, but they taper the side by going along the sides, and I've never seen them do that. And that makes it, well, actually, from the air, it makes it look a lot nicer. That's about all you can say for it. But this guy here, he scooped up a bunch of dirt from that area, which looks like they're trying to make it kind of a maybe flood control. And then straight ahead, there's another low area there, just beyond those two tractors. And so they seem to have a lot of them, I guess. But we'll figure out as time goes by. As long as these guys keep working, I'll keep coming all the way over here. It's only 2.4 miles. In fact, it's one of the closest construction sites other than the one straight across the road from where we live. So he's coming on that. Now the scraper or road grader and the earth mover, those two guys, they're standing and talking, or stopped and talking to each other. And then this guy goes by and he hollers, "You guys get to work." And so you'll notice that after he bossed them around, they decided to get their job done. You know, I can make up all kinds of tales. But so anyway, now that guy, the guy ahead, he's dumping his load, and you can see it coming out the side if you look careful. You can see it come out the side of his earth mover. So then he got his job, his container empty. And then the guy coming behind him, he's going to dump his a little further up, I think, as I remember. And then you see where the ground looks blue, and that's where it's harder earth, and they scrape down there a little further than what the earth was. It wasn't the same as everything else, and that's why you see those marks. Actually, that's just my idea, but they have been scraping there, and now they're dumping next to it. So there, he just dumped his load. But what I wanted to look straight ahead at this shape that's been carved into the surface of the earth. It looks like they're trying to communicate with somebody in outer space or something, but anyway, I couldn't figure out what this was because it's very slowly, gradually tapered on all sides. And my wife looked at it and she said maybe it's a what do you call it? A swimming park, water park. They call it water park because I'm getting old and forgetful. But look at the shape of that. It can't be just for flood control. It's got to be for like I said, it's probably a water park or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I looked at that and I thought, we'll find out as time goes by, whatever that is. I know it's not for flood control. It's too fancy for that. And then there's still all kinds of plots around that for houses and everything, as you can see up here, up ahead at the top of the screen, and over when before I turned around and came the other way. And so there's all those plots for houses, and so they're going to be building houses, and then maybe that HOA will have a fancy swimming area. Now we're going to fly right over the top of where Mr. Kent is, and then on the upper left-hand corner there, I want to fly over there, and we'll take a look at that. But as we come over, it doesn't look like Mr. Kent's by his bicycle. Let's take a look really quick here. No. He's gone. Who's flying the drone? You know, he has quite an imagination, and he used to fly airplanes. I wonder if his imagination got away with him, and he teletransported himself or something up to the drone. And he's actually in the drone. I hope we get him out again. So anyway, we're coming up to that. You notice those big birds, big hawks flying around? They kind of concerned me, but they didn't bother me. So anyway, the long roofs on the right, I used to fly over here. I flew over there several times to see what they were making, because to begin with, it was just one great big huge piece of blacktop with no lines on it, nothing built on it. And then that little building up there by the road, that was there. They were building that, and it just didn't look like anything I could figure out. But as it turns out, it's an RV storage place, and people bring their RVs in there. People that live in HOAs and can't have their RV in the HOA, those people bring them in, park them there, and pay a monthly fee. And it looks like these guys are going to make a nice bundle after they get the mortgage paid for. But anyway, so I thought I'd fly over and see, or kind of show you, because I knew what it was, because that's the road we drive on when we drive into town. So anyway, battery's getting low, so it's time to head back to where we took off. And I don't like to fly over people's houses, so I was very careful not to do that. So now as we come along, and just straight at the top of the screen, that's where Mr. Kent should be, and we're going to go find out if he's there or in the drone. Or maybe he stayed on the bicycle, or no, the bicycle didn't fly, it's sitting there. He has to be in the drone somewhere. And there's the bicycle and the landing pad. But where's Mr. Kent? Boy, I don't know. This is a mystery, because he's got such an imagination. You've probably heard some of the stories he tells. And so I think probably he got stuck in the drone, and that's why we're just sitting there, because he can't get out. He'd fall and hurt himself. So I guess we'll just say thanks for watching the video, and God bless.